Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Persona 5 Tactica. In the last episode, we defeated and conquered the false god of self-preservation, the evil creature known as Sumire, completely and utterly destroying his plans for the world if he were to win that fight against the Phantom Thieves. And because of that, Toshiro was finally able to live a normal life once again. And although Erina has gone back to her true place in his heart as his guardian, all hope was not lost for him as the true Erina returned to him. Although super, banged up due to what had happened with Ichiro, when he pushed her in front of the train and everything. But that doesn't matter. The fact is, they're together again once again. And it was a very sweet ending to a very sad story that was told between the two, which, based on what we can piece together from the love letter that we found during the quest, during the third chapter, they're finally back to how they should have been in the very first place. Overall, a very nice ending to finish off the main story of our adventures through Tactica, but the thing is, it's not over yet, because it's time to begin repainting your hearts. A story revolving around Joker, Kasumi, before she became Sumire, or re-became Sumire, due to how all Maruki stuff worked in Royal, and Akechi, before he revealed his true self. Honestly, with the tides of change now ever swirling around us, it's time we begin our next major story. This time, in the eyes of a slightly younger Joker, during the events of Royal, before Shido was ever dealt with, which is quite interesting of a place to put this, honestly, because of everything that happened in Tactica. So I'm actually really curious on how this is actually going to go. But, with that being said, let's get straight on into Repaint Your Hearts, and see what's exactly going on here. But, obviously we're going to stick with the normal difficulty, just so we're, not spending too much time inside of, the levels, because the thing is I like, I kind of like the difficulty of what we had in that one, and I think this is actually slightly more difficult than the actual, main game, because of the fact that, you're locked to 3 characters, so there's more strategy involved with the specific characters you're using. So, I don't know exactly how difficult it's going to be, just because of the fact that I didn't, play through it yet, so, but like I said in the, during the series, I had someone play through it, thinking that I was going to get the DLC characters as playable characters during our main story. Then we found out that it was, apparently, you couldn't do that, so, yeah, they ended up going through it for no reason, and, well, unfortunate, but honestly, it was, at least we found out, so it would have been cool, though, to have, Sumire, I like just calling her Sumire, but she is Kasumi still, and then Akechi, as playable characters during the main story. It would have been fun to have them, for a longer amount of time with, less restrictions, because of the fact is I'm pretty sure it's just the 3 of them. But honestly, with that being said, let's get straight on in, and see what's going on here. The title is a work of fiction. Well, that was quickly. Any similarities between anybody is just a coincidence, is basically what that says. Good old tired Morgana, like always.
Hey, your phone's going off.
It is indeed. Kasumi just sent me a message. She wants me to meet her in the alley nearby.
What's that about?
Good question, Morgana. Let's see. Kasumi Yoshizawa, a first-year student at Shujin Academy, and Persona user, who allies herself with Joker. She doesn't formally join the Phantom Thieves, for reasons of her own, but her power is genuine, as a gifted rhythmic gymnast from her middle school years. She has a slender frame, but can wolf down gargantuan lunches that leave many in disbelief. That's pretty funny. Anything else in there that we should know about? Looks like there is quite a lot of them, actually. Okay, cool. I like the memos, so that's actually cool to see that's back in full swing. Well, apparently Kasumi wants to meet up, or I'm heading out for a bit. Well, there's no reason not to tell Morgana. Well, apparently Kasumi wants to meet up.
Kasumi said that?
Yep, apparently.
Well, I can tell when something isn't my business, but I can't help worrying either.
I don't blame you. There's always a reason to worry, just in case.
If you're heading out, I won't stop you. Just come let me know if it's trouble, alright?
Of course, little buddy. Well, I'll be back for sweet dreams.
Make sure you don't stay out too late either.
Of course, bud. Yeah, you just sleep up and, we'll let you know what's going on, if we can. We have no idea how exactly. Okay, I wasn't expecting something to start.
The mysterious graffiti master known only as Guernica has made yet another huge splash in public.
Interesting. This is definitely going to be important, I think.
Many experts have heralded the pseudonymous street artist as one of the top talents in the field today.
Huh. Guernica is how her name's said. Okay. Or at least I think that would be. Huh. Interesting picture, by the way. It's like a rat in handcuffs. Huh.
However, Guernica's radical subject matter and selected sites for murals continue to upset their critics.
Actually, it's more like Guernica. Okay.
Each massive work is completed overnight, including the latest piece spread across the Security Department headquarters.
Security Department headquarters, you say? That's where Zenkichi is, isn't it? Yeah, that's basically where he was sent from in Strikers, wasn't it? That's interesting. Okay, but they're done in just one night. That's actually kind of crazy for how big that is.
Despite their first mural appearing in Tokyo over a month ago, the artist's true identity remains unknown.
Huh. But yeah, it is a rat, seemingly... Actually, it's more like a stuffed rat because there's a patch on it. Like a stuffed rat sweating and locked up for some reason inside of a jail cell. Huh.
Local police have been grappling with growing criticism at their inability to track down the artist. While at the same time, public support for preserving these murals only continues to rise.
Preserving? That's interesting. I guess it sometimes could be good to preserve it. There is, like, areas, you know, where people paint on, like, the walls of buildings and they end up keeping it up just because of, like, the town being more of, like, an artsy town. Because that happens over near my school for where I go to college currently. I think it's pretty cool. But, yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, shut up. Why do you leave the TV on?
Sorry, Morgana. Well, at least you figured out a way to turn it off.
Senpai! Sorry for the sudden request.
It's okay. Also, interesting alley, filled with graffiti marks, after, you know, going through what we just saw with the TV in LeBlanc. That's interesting.
But I really needed you to come here right away.
Yeah, no problem. Well, let's see here. It's fine I live close by. That big of a deal, huh? Or what's your game here? It's fine. We live close by.
Still, thank you for coming. I would have preferred to drop in at the cafe to visit you.
It's perfectly fine.
But after seeing this just now, I knew you should see it for yourself, too.
What do you mean exactly?
So, I came across some pretty strange art, and there's something especially surprising about it.
Surprising, you say?
Actually, I think it'll be quicker just to show you. This way, Senpai.
Okay, we'll follow you.
Ah, there it is.
That is actually quite surprising. Why is the full form of Arsene on the wall? That is actually kind of yeah, that is actually a really more alarming than anything, honestly. Because not anybody should know what Arsene looks like. But, yeah, that's the full form of Arsene, Joker's persona. Huh. That is actually a little worrying. And then there's, like, seemingly one of those rats that were chained up. So this is definitely one of Guernica's artworks then. Eating up Arsene. That's interesting. Don't know the implications of that, but that's definitely worrying.
That figure, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely him. Yep, I could just straight up say it. Arsene, or what is he doing here? I'm just gonna say Arsene.
You think it looks like him too, don't you?
Yeah, that's definitely him.
It's just way too similar to be a coincidence. That's why I reached out to you right away.
If it was more of like a human version of Arsene, then it wouldn't be worrying, but this is literally like Joker's version of Arsene, so yeah, that's very worrying.
That mural, don't you feel like there's more to it? Like it has a really important message behind it or something?
Important message, you say? I would think so, because of the fact that it is one of those rats we saw on the TV, but Joker didn't see that specifically. We saw that in third person. But that is possibly the case. One thing I'm noticing is that it is more like cloud-like Arsene's features, with like where his hands are and where his feet are. Like he's like disappearing somewhat too.
All I know is, when I first saw it, and even when I look at it now, I get this strange feeling.
A strange feeling, you say?
Of course, I could just be imagining it.
No, it might be warranted.
Well now, color me surprised. To think you two were the ones to beat me here.
Oh, did you hear about this place before we even headed here?
Akechi-san? What are you doing here?
He's getting his nose into everything, let's be honest here. Although Kasumi shouldn't know that information, but Joker definitely knows that.
Hello, Yoshizawa-san. You as well.
Hey, Akechi. Long time no see. But memo, here we go. Goro Akechi. High schooler heralded as the next detective prince, codenamed Crow. He initially opposed the Phantom Thieves, but later joined the cause. Many have been charmed by his easygoing, affable demeanor and debonair looks. His intellect and deductive insight earned him the respect of both the police department and the prosecutor's office. But that's not the true one, based on what we know. Most of those are the opposites. But he does still get to keep the debonair part, obviously, but anything with going like easygoing and stuff like that, it's the opposite for Goro Akechi 100% of the way. But the thing is though, because of Maruki's story in Royal, he did get redeemed. So we can't like call him out completely, to be fair. Because even though it states that Akechi isn't the real one, it is kind of confirmed that it is still, like, him in a way. That, like, it changed him to the point where he still technically, was Akechi. And then, obviously, we somehow still got him back via the cutscene that we saw near the end. Like, he was still alive, and he survived the encounter that normally would kill him in the normal adventure. So I thought that was really cool. I really like how Akechi ended up surviving and getting a redemption. But yeah, a bunch of that is technically the opposite, but technically the truth at the same time. Definitely do need to go back over that, just because we didn't really get to talk about it in Royal, because it happened at the very end where we got to see that he lived. So I'm happy that I get to talk about it again.
I admit, you never fail to impress. I hadn't expected you to look into this case as well.
I'm surprised you didn't expect that. Well, sniffing out a lead, or you were just out for a walk? Just sniffing out a lead.
Oh, you were unaware. Graffiti like this has been all over the news lately.
Yeah, Joker didn't see that on the TV.
Really? I mean, this is certainly unique, but...
But what?
The subject matter speaks for itself. but the artist's MO is causing even more of a fuss.
True. Painting over all these buildings definitely, definitely it would cause quite a fuss for sure.
Recently, they've been splashing large murals like this one all over municipal buildings.
Specifically municipal buildings. That's a hard word to say sometimes, but yeah. Okay, yeah, that is... So there is a motive, for sure, then.
At this point, I have to ask, do you two have anything to do with these?
No. I don't think anyone in our group, well, Yusuke knows how to, but I don't think Yusuke knows how to use, spray paint. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything with that. And that's definitely spray paint.
What? We'd never do something like this.
Yeah, 100% on us, buddy. For sure.
I'm only pulling your leg. The questions almost ask themselves. Call it a detective's habit.
Detective's habit, you say? Yeah, sure.
Whoever the culprit is, they've turned the entire city into a canvas to share their disturbing message.
Yeah, it is kind of, a little disturbing, with the fact that now we know that they have something to do with Arsene now, just because of this specific painting here. This one's not out in the open, though, which is weird. It's like it's specifically put in this alleyway to be more hidden for someone like us to find it than anybody out in the normal world.
And, considering the number of unauthorized sites they've chosen, their legal troubles are piling up quick.
What do you think is making the artist go to such extremes? Do you know their secret identity?
I would doubt it.
Unfortunately, no one's got that far just yet.
Makes sense.
The artist could simply be doing this for kicks. Or it could all be part of a grand criminal conspiracy.
Criminal conspiracy, you say?
Perhaps there are declarations of crimes that will be committed. Or maybe their attempts at exposing some social injustice.
Maybe.
Sounds like there are all sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of them, seemingly.
Nothing but speculation so far. But as long as they keep trying to communicate, I feel compelled to investigate. I'd rather err on the side of caution than have it come back to bite us later.
Okay.
Now there's a detective for you. So, what have you sniffed out so far?
Yeah, what have you gotten so far, Akechi?
Well, I've only just arrived on the scene.
Oh, well, that doesn't help at all.
Let's see here. To start, it'd be nice if we could glean any clues from the mural itself.
All we can really tell is that they somehow know about Arsene, and that's about it.
That's a toughie. Senpai, did you notice anything yet?
Good question. Mouth is interesting. I like the bold strokes. I do think the bold strokes are pretty cool.
Oh, so do I. The brushstrokes are wild, but really skillfully done, too.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely tell it was someone professional when it comes to it. I do think it's interesting that specifically, like, rats in nature for all the theming of everything, too, from what we saw in the third-person shot of this.
They make the mural feel so intense, almost like the artist was obsessed.
Obsessed, you say?
We can share our artistic judgment later. For now, let's give the mural a closer look.
Okay, we can give it a closer look.
Phantom Thieves. Phantom Thieves of Hearts.
Hello? I can hear a voice coming from the wall.
Please, I need your help.
You need our help?
I need your power to change the heart.
To change the heart, you say?
Senpai, is something wrong?
Yeah, something, a little worrying. The wall's talking to me. Well, did you say something before? I kinda heard a voice in the wall.
What? Do you think someone's trapped in the wall?
Maybe, but I think more like, in a different sort of way.
I have to say, I doubt that's the case. He's either hearing things or fooling around, or maybe...
No, definitely not, buddy. Oh, something's happening. It kind of reminds me of the door during the first Kingdom, slightly, where it started like lighting up slightly.
What the? The mural's glowing.
How is this? It's sucking me in.
Okay, so it looks like Arsene's gone. Arsene already, I guess, got sucked into the mural somehow. Or at least the painting version of him. But, this doesn't look good. Here, take my hand or quick get back. Here, have my hand.
You're not safe here. Please, just run.
I'm not gonna leave you here. Something's happening, though. And it doesn't look good for what we can personally see from everything that's happened so far.
I can't. We're going in. Shizawa-san.
Okay, I guess we're inside of the painting now. Looks like we got a whole world inside of here, too. Looks very trashed up and banged up, though, from what we can currently see. Graffiti everywhere, rusted car in the background, trash seemingly everywhere. Interesting. And even boarded up doors to, like, stores and everything. But, where am I? Oh, we're surrounded. Huh. Well, that's not good. That's very much not good. Explanation of gameplay mechanics and menu options can be found in the tutorial sections of the pause menu. Okay. Looks like we're already in a battle, though. And it looks like we're by ourselves, too, which is something to take note of. Okay, it didn't say anything. That's interesting. Isn't the game supposed to say something here? I guess review a game tutorial. Ranged attacks. Ending your turn. Pretty sure there might be something important here, so let's definitely take a quick look here to see if there's anything maybe not being talked about right now. Nope, nothing. Well, I guess we'll just go for a shot here. Well, you have a barrel here. Knowing what we know about barrels beforehand in the second chapter for the explosive ones, we knew that they were actually good to go for. But honestly, there might be a way to actually... It could hit both of them. Might be a good idea, but we only have 2 of those that we could possibly do. So let's just go for a regular shot on the barrel then. Okay. Oh, what? This color's really killing my vibe here. I can't stop shaking. Okay, so painting the battlefield. When one unit attacks an enemy unit, that team's paint is spread across the surrounding area. All units standing on their own team's paint gain resistances, even outside of cover. Really? Oh, you don't get one Mordon either when you're in your own paint color. Interesting. So you don't have to be in cover when in there. It just means that you're completely open for an attack, for multiple attacks. And while if there's multiple enemies, I'm guessing you'll be able to be down inside of the paint. Okay. Conversely, any units standing on the enemy team's paint will not be able to attack, and will be automatically be downed when attacked, even if they are behind cover. Makes sense. These rules apply to all units on the battlefield, not just your own party. Enemies standing on their own paint will have the effects of cover, as well as being knocked down, if you attack them while they are standing on your team's paints. Okay. So, if they're in cover, we can still knock them down, basically is what that's saying. Okay. Keep the tide of battle in your favor by forcing enemy units to stand in your painted turf, and avoid ending your turn where the enemy is painted. Okay. Paint barrels. Paint barrels explode after taking enough damage, surrounding the area in the attacker's color's paint. They can be knocked back by melee attacks. Interesting. So we could swing one. Wait, why was he allowed to move afterwards, though? Because that looked like Joker could still move after... That's weird. They shouldn't show that in a trailer for that, because he shot and then he was still able to move, which you normally can't do that. Okay. But they can be knocked by melee attacks, apparently, which is not like the explosive barrels, so good to know about that. Painted barrels covers wide swaths of turf, much more effectively than by solely attacking enemies, so make good use of them whenever possible. Okay. So I'm better off blasting barrels. Well, they got rid of the barrel that they just showed in the tutorial there, so, guess we're not doing that. Okay, then. Well, because that's the case, I guess we'll be more careful about it. Let's do a swing on you like that, I guess. Just so we can, I guess, paint more of the surrounding area. Okay, not too bad. And he goes down no matter what. So I guess what we can do with that information is I don't think they're going to put themselves in open area. And I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll try it. I'm just trying to make sure to kind of understand the paint mechanic real quick. Okay, so wherever they land, it's going to be in like a 3x3 grid, basically. Okay. Seems easy enough. Then we have these two over here as well as a barrel. This one looks more like where we should use it now. So let's definitely do that first to get a bunch of paint down. And then we also get movement because of that as well. Okay, where are they going? Running. Yeah, don't like that at all. Okay, well they moved in an interesting spot that might be helpful for us. So maybe that's not too bad. We can easily get both of them too. I definitely say we take it. Let's make sure to go for them while we can. That gets us our little bit of paint too. So we have a little bit of a safety when we do get up there. So far so good though. So we go up, get into our area for safety. Gonna say more than likely... Ooh, I don't think I can. Yeah, not from this angle. I think we just go for the barrel then. And then go from there. So he's no longer in cover. He didn't move. So I'm guessing if they're inside of one of those, as like an unwritten rule, that it counts as them not seeing you. So they immediately end their turn inside of the paint, I'm guessing. Or more of like they're too scared to move because they're inside of the paint kind of thing. But if you do shoot at them, they will shoot back, I'm guessing. Okay. Seems easy enough. Also, that should give me, yep, a freebie on him. Definitely taking that. Let's see here. For this one, though... Do I have a way of getting both of them here? Don't think so. But it doesn't mean for sure. Okay. Well, to be safe about it, let's go on, like, this side. No, not that side. I think we're gonna try and do it like maybe like this, maybe. So blast him in the face. And then if I melee, I'll get both of them. Okay, good. And just like that, defeat all enemies as just Joker? Seemed pretty easy. Wonder where our friends went, though. They kind of disappeared. So, I'm guessing they got kind of swept off to somewhere else. But level 2 out of that, not too bad. And nothing special, it looks like. Maybe we don't get awards in this one, maybe. But I'll take it, no matter what. I'll definitely take what we can get. But cool. Cool, pretty cool little first level there. I'll definitely have to say that. Enjoyed it. Uh-oh, getting surrounded again. There's too many of them. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of them. Oh no. They've got me surrounded. Yeah, they definitely do, Joker. Sorry about that, buddy. I tried. I definitely tried.
Perhaps you'd prefer I hadn't cut in?
Senpai, you're not hurt, are you?
So, what's next? I suspect they're not interested in conversation.
Right. We'll take them down together.
Okay, here we go. It looks like we finally now have Yoshizawa, or Kasumi, or Sumire, but Akechi likes calling people by their last names, and then Akechi. But here we go. And also, apparently this is actually voiced. Normally these aren't voiced in mid-battle ones. So, let's see what Akechi has to say.
I must confess, I never suspected Yoshizawa-san also had this power.
Honestly, you probably already knew, but you're just pretending you didn't know that, from what we know about you.
And I never thought you did. But does that mean... Akechi-san, you're also...
No, if you're asking if he's a Phantom Thief, no. He's definitely not.
One of the Phantom Thieves? Well, we can discuss that once we've handled our current issue. Sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she thinks he's one of us. He's kind of... like, after the redemption arc, yeah, he is. But normally, yeah, no, not at all. But here we go. Okay, first fight. Akechi and Kasumi has now joined the party. Okay. Well, let's see here. There's a personas menu. Interesting. And we can equip stuff. Okay, so I guess we're gonna get personas soon. Does that mean the Velvet Room is gonna be here? That's interesting. Cool, okay. There's a skill tree as well. We should take a look at that. Looks like the full skill tree too. Interesting. Okay, wow, okay. Akechi's got a lot of stuff here. He's got Iha for Despair. He's got Dizzy, and he's got Almighty Damage. Makes sense with the fact of how Robin Hood works. Okay, cool. I'll definitely say that. That's pretty cool. And then obviously we got Godlike Speed, Knockback. I think Knockback might actually be really good in this, by the way. With the fact that knocking enemies around actually drops their paints. Might be a good idea, and especially for those barrels. So I might actually want to grab those. Swaps positions with enemies with a one more. That could be interesting. You can like pull somebody into the painted area, which is kind of crazy. Or like super far away from being able to even be able to swing back, basically. That's kind of cool. Truth Seeker, allies gain an extra action, but voltage pauses. That could be interesting. So, move everyone first, and then use Truth Seeker, and then I get an extra movement for everybody, except for Akechi. Akechi only gets one. Sounds interesting. Okay, cool. Kinda like that, actually. Very interesting. I like this. And he even has Heat Riser. Okay. And then, for Kasumi or Sumire with Cendrillon is how you say that, the Ash Princess. That's cool. I like that nickname for her, the Ash Princess. Obviously Dizzy because she is a, more of a holy kind of character when it comes to how, like, she's, light-based attacks and everything like that. So that makes a lot of sense for her to have that. Her special thing is unlimited movement until you dash. That's interesting. And then, when you end your turn, you put down turf. Okay, cool. Doesn't specifically say how much of the turf, but that means she automatically gains cover no matter where she stands. That could be really good. And then obviously knockback. Everybody's got knockback, so knockback's definitely important here. And everyone's got stop and go as well, is something I'm noticing. Okay, seems interesting. Definitely worth double checking that kind of stuff, just in case. Range for everybody is, there's a 9 on her. Wow, she's definitely a sniper. So she's basically going to be our Yusuke. And then 7 for you. So you got less of a range, but more attack. So you're like Makoto. for ranged and attack damage. Okay. Interesting. And obviously Joker's the same. Okay, I think I understand. Anything else I should know about our team? We get HP and SP because of Akechi and Kasumi. And then melee damage is 22, 17 for Kasumi. Okay. Seems interesting. 109 HP, 37 special or stamina, 75, 21. So Akechi's got a lot more HP than Kasumi does. That makes sense. He actually has the most HP out of everybody. That's... huh, okay. Cool. I think we're ready, though. Let's definitely grab a save, just because right now it would be definitely nice to have one. So team of 3 is what we're doing right now. Double check for any kind of win conditions. Looks like there might not be one at all for this thing. Okay, cool. Always good to double check. And now that we understand... okay, this part's not voiced.
You may have already deduced this, but the paint in this world seems to have some kind of power. If we stand somewhere painted in that color, we can't do much of anything.
But...
however, the enemy appears to have their own issues with the color paint we're using.
I see.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we paint the place in a way that helps us? I'll leave the commands to you, Joker, but let's make our way out of here.
Gonna go with the normal voices I gave them during the series.
Alright.
No reason to change that up if we've already had one. Looks like we're... yeah, okay. Yeah, we're still dealing with the other side here, because it looked like we were surrounded from both sides, and we definitely are. Okay, Rebellious Artist. Okay, so basically the Ravengers, or Revengers, but they're called Slammers here. Okay, and then obviously Wild Stylers. Decent range on them, by the way. Okay, good to know. Okay. Just looks like we're dealing with basic Legionnaires, basically. Could hit this guy. Might be a good idea. Don't know if we should. Let's see here. Going over here might not be a good idea. But I might be able to hit the barrel, which could do something for us. I don't mind that, honestly. Can I maybe hit that barrel? Doesn't look like it. So it looks like I do need to just go for the blast. Not a bad idea, though. Breaks that open. Then we can maybe take full advantage of that. And then slowly but surely deal with the other enemies. But let's see here. Who would be the best one to deal with that, honestly? You have Megiddo to start with, so you start with almighty damage. Could be very useful, honestly. Let's maybe have Akechi go over here then. Because then I can blast through that entire area over here, which also lets us kind of mess with both sides with Kasumi this turn. Which might actually work out, because she has a very long range. So maybe it might be worth it. Let's see. About like right here-ish. Then we get one shot onto you. And then we can make our way back round and start dealing with these two over here. Anyway, I can hit both of them in a way that works for us. This guy's kind of in a spot that I can't really see him. So maybe we go for him first. Yeah, probably a good idea. Let's go for it. I don't mind that idea. Getting as much damage as we can might be good. And from what I remember with Dizzy, it moves him into a weird spot and pulls them out of cover. So maybe we should definitely try that. And then what we'll do, in order to not like completely focus ourselves over on this side, we'll kind of turn around here slightly, and then okay, they're still out of range. Surprisingly, you have to be like right on top of them for this one. But there we go, we can do a Koha there. Make him dizzy as well. Not a bad idea. The other guy should be super far away, so we just go for the blast here with Kasumi, I think. So I think where we are currently shouldn't be a bad spot. Yep, they're moving. Okay, good. And he went into our paint, so he can't even attack us. Okay, good. Not bad. Okay, cool. And we can use this guy that's over in the opening here to actually attack the Ravager, which is pretty cool. Okay, cool. We can work with that. Okay, positioning here. You're in a weird spot. Okay. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to really, mess with you too much. We do have melee damage. We could go with that. Huh, okay. I guess we'll figure that one out. Not close enough to deal with the others, so we should keep that in mind. I'm gonna say we can go for a blast onto you with Kasumi and drop that guy into some paints. We do still have triple threat. Okay, we could probably make use of that then. And I could probably use Joker to get that information too, which could be very helpful. Don't want to knock that one out though. That's the problem about that. So I guess we'll just try and do it more in a way that we just swing on him, like that. Not a bad idea. Okay, cool. And then what we'll do is we can use Kasumi to maybe help us with this. And what might be a better idea here is by using Akechi to basically swing that guy into the right position. Okay. And then obviously kind of like move back slightly, get a bigger triangle going, and then use Kasumi to burn through these enemies here, which is not a bad idea whatsoever. I like that. Cool, that works out. And then we still have a triple threat we can use with Joker on top of that, even though that enemy back there is now gone. So that definitely works out. Oh, this guy's still up. Okay, so Akechi needs to stay. Maybe what I can do instead then... Ooh, I can't really push him in the way that I want him to be pushed. Okay. Well, because of that then, I guess what we'll do... That's not bad either. Let's see. There might be a way to still get this guy into position then, actually. Let me try it like that then. Let's do an E-ha, maybe. Yeah, we can. We didn't use any stamina yet. Let's just do it. That'll give us extra movement as well, which might actually work out better for us with the current thing going on here. But now we just need to make a perfect triangle that works for us. Ooh. This guy's out of position though, because of it. Okay. Well, we can kind of work with that. Let's see. Somewhere like right around here-ish. But if we were to do that, would we be able to get back? Not really. So let's use Akechi for this one then. Might be a better idea. Just because Akechi's in a weird spot right now. Let's have him deal with that enemy instead. And obviously Joker can deal with the Ravenger here. Or Revenger, as they're supposed to be called. But there we go. Okay, cool. Not too bad. So far, so good. Okay, and he's just running out into the open, because he can't get anywhere. He didn't even try blasting at us. So, down he goes, and down goes the second map. Not too bad. Okay, cool. I'm definitely understanding it. One thing I definitely have to mention, it's like Persona mixed with XCOM, mixed with Mario and Rabbids, mixed with Splatoon, to me. That's kind of what I'm thinking of, like, whenever I'm, like, moving around and dealing with these enemies and stuff like that. It's definitely what I feel, definitely what this reminds me of, for sure. But I like it, though. I definitely don't mind it. I think it's pretty cool. But there we go. First map with them, and we also got some Personas out of that. We got an Inagami, Halpo, and a Kelpie. Cool. I'll take it. Anything's going to be helpful, I think, for anything we scavenge along the way for freebies and stuff like that. Don't know if we'll have Velvet Room or not.
I think we're free to talk now.
Maybe.
Let's see. So about Akechi-san. Oh, and also where we ended up. What else?
This world, I guess, is definitely one thing we should definitely question.
Let's take this all one step at a time.
Probably for the best.
First up, as to your question whether I'm in the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, that would be a good question to answer.
I suppose you could say that's a tentative yes.
A tentative yes, you say? Well, I guess that's fair, because technically you would be part of the Phantom Thieves. In a way. Although he technically still becomes one officially in the Redemption. But, interesting though. But, yeah, you're just planning to try and take us out at the moment.
What's he mean?
Long story, it's like he says. Well, honestly, it's a very, very long story.
Okay. Sounds like it might be a complicated situation.
Yeah, definitely that.
But I get the picture. I won't pry any further.
Well, it's fine, you'll find out soon enough. Because this takes place before Shido's palace, 100%. So, yeah, definitely. You'll find out soon, Kasumi.
I appreciate your understanding. That reminds me. Like I said before, I'm surprised by your ability.
You're surprised, you say?
You didn't react as if that was the first time you've seen Yoshizawa-san like this.
Yep, not the first time at all. But, we really shouldn't be telling you that.
Oh, I can explain that, if you don't mind.
You could do that.
So, a while back...
Yeah, okay. So she is gonna go back into it. Oh no, just skipping through it. Okay.
And that led to you awakening to your power. Quite interesting.
Makes sense, because obviously if you're playing this game, you played Royal, so there is no point in, going back over it. Because if you're going into this and, like before Royal, it is a little odd. Just because of the fact that you're really, skipping a lot of the story. And you're gonna find out way too much information before you actually play through Royal. And I think that would ruin some of the effect, because playing your first time on Royal, or Persona 5's normal story, you end up, ruining the mystique of everything if you look into it early. For sure.
Yes. Although, I ultimately declined a spot in the Phantom Thieves, for personal reasons.
Which I still don't understand, because from what we saw later, there was really no reason.
Even if you're not a Phantom Thief, it's reassuring to know you can fight.
Which is true. It is reassuring to know that you definitely know how to fight back.
Especially considering how the territory we found ourselves in appears to have hostile forces.
Now that I think about it, I'm wondering if this takes place before, Makoto's sister's, palace, Sainijima's. Now that I think about it, because, it might, actually, which is even more interesting. I have no clue where we are in the timeline. It's definitely before Shido's palace, for sure. But it might definitely be before Sainijima as well. But by how she said it... No, she said I ultimately declined. So yeah, it might be before Sainijima, just because of that one. Okay. That's interesting. But it's after, obviously, when she went into Maruki's palace for the first time, and we had no idea who possibly that palace could be connected to by that time, because there was no way of us knowing. But that's interesting, though. I like that.
So you don't know where we are either. Is this not a palace of some kind?
That's a good question.
It's certainly a possibility, but I can't say for certain.
Huh.
Considering our appearances here, it's safe to assume we're in a cognitive world of some kind.
Okay, then.
Something's approaching.
Something's approaching, you say? A mouse got... Hello there, buddy.
A stuffed animal? No, that's...
It's definitely a creature, but I think this is more like the rebels in Toshiro's heart. That's interesting, because of their purple eyes. That's weird. Does that mean, Sumire has influence in this chapter? That's interesting. So technically, if that is the case, that means we've dealt with Sumire before in some sort of way, without even knowing. That's interesting, actually. Huh. Okay then, I'm keeping that in mind because that definitely reminds me of the rebels. So this might be a kingdom, actually. Weird, okay. Oh, you're the person asking for help. Okay, good, we found them.
What's wrong? Please, you can tell us.
Yeah, you can tell us, little buddy. Oh, poor dude's not feeling too good. We'll try. Who do you want us to save?
There are more like you out there? We promise we'll save them.
Or at least try to. Please go. Oh!
Is she?
Yeah, I think that rebel's definitely gone. So that little mascot, as they called him, or called her, yeah, that, huh. Well, she became paint.
Shizawa-san, don't be upset. Chances are she's not.
Yeah. Uh-oh, more screaming.
What was that?
Never a good sign when you hear some screaming, and it sounded like one of those old mascot people, so, yeah, we should probably start making our way towards that as soon as possible. Well, let's go.
Right, it sounded like someone being attacked.
And that little guy, that little girl, I don't even know what to say, because it's definitely a shadow. Or more like the rebels in the main game. So, we definitely should make our way over there, because we know that the rebellion, stuff is important, so, for one, defeating whatever kind of role you're dealing with, or tyrants, and then, obviously, you know, preparing for whatever could possibly happen. But obviously, we wouldn't know that as Joker now, but still, though, we know that's very important.
I agree that we should investigate, but we're in unfamiliar territory. We should be especially cautious.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely be cautious.
Sure, we'll hurry cautiously.
I think that's an oxymoron. Oh, we'd better stick together as closely as possible.
Yeah, probably the best idea.
Let's catch up with her, shall we?
Yep, I'll follow you, Akechi. Okay, off we go. We going towards another battlefield, or where exactly are we heading?
Senpai.
Oh, what's going on there, Kasumi? Are you alright? We should be careful. What's wrong? Are you alright?
I'm sorry, I got carried away.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry.
But, Senpai, look.
Look at what? What do you want us to look at? They're screaming and obviously being turned into paint, so, obviously they're not doing too good. Also, one thing to note, they're all different colors of paint. That's interesting. You have, like, the blue one, yellow, purple, green. Kind of like how the rebels were different colors as well, with, like, their outfits and stuff like that. But one thing to note about all of them, they all have blue hair and have the same skin tone. That's interesting. Huh. Poor little dudes are getting completely decimated by the shadows here. Poor little guys.
Huh?
Okay, we know why the little dudes were screaming now. That's, kinda terrifying. Whoever that is, well, just one woman armied everybody there. As well as their little parrot thing. But that was definitely terrifying. Okay then, definitely worry about whoever that is, for sure. And they're, well, we're in their sights right now, and I don't think that's a good thing whatsoever. But, let's continue where, Akechi is leaving off here.
This is a massacre. How could that woman be so gruesome?
Good question there, Akechi.
What's wrong with her? Somebody needs to stop her.
Or at least try. Well, let's get to work, or let's just observe for now. There's no way we're observing. That person or creature definitely has us in their sights right now. And they know we're here. Let's get to work.
Right. I'm going to say something.
Don't know exactly what you're gonna say, but you could try.
Hey! Please stop hurting them!
I don't think they're just gonna stop because you said so. Interesting to note, by the way, something I just noticed. There's a mouse tattoo on the lady on the left there. And also a very extravagant looking bird for that parrot there. That's pretty cool.
Huh? Did you just walk up to me and tell me what to do?
She did?
I'm not trying to boss you around, but I can't just stand here and watch you kill people!
Or shadows, we really don't know at this point.
Jerry, who even is this brat? That yammering of hers is extra annoying.
Jerry. So the parrot's name is Jerry, then.
How peculiar. The streets shouldn't be accessible to outsiders.
Outsiders, you say?
The three of you, what are you doing here?
Good question, honestly. We have no idea how we really got here.
We're merely a few passers-by. We hope.
We hope indeed.
We haven't been able to make heads or tails of this world. Would you be so kind as to point us to the exit?
I don't think they'll do that.
Wait, no, Akechi-san! We can't leave until we get them to stop hurting these people!
Honestly, yeah, but the thing is they're shadows, and we know that. But the thing is it would be better if we had a bigger team, though, to deal with something like this.
Ooh, she's right. How's about I stop hurting him right now?
I would doubt that you would do that.
Ah, Guernica. Struck yet again by inspiration?
Guernica. So this is where you're at. Or at least, I guess your shadow, or you yourself. I'm not really sure, but this is definitely the artist on the outside world that's been doing all those weird, things on the municipal buildings. Huh.
To be honest, I was getting bored with cooking the small fries.
Small fries.
But with you here, I can perform a little experiment. Let's see if you bleed the same way the rest do.
How about no on that one?
Oh dear. Sounds like peace isn't an option. I was hoping we could get through this more amicably.
Yeah, I doubt we're talking to this one out of fighting. For sure. This shadow or person is definitely, nobody that's worth, trying to, talk to if they're gonna just go straight to violence as soon as they get the chance to. Well, time to run for it, or we have to stand firm? Well, we definitely should stand firm.
Do we really?
I think we should definitely try and at least deal with this situation.
Don't seem to have any other option. Unless you were planning to share how you bleed with her willingly.
Fair.
Get ready, people.
Get ready indeed. Okay, it looks like we're already gonna be fighting her, apparently. Guernica. So this is what she looks like, apparently. The artist that we saw on the TV in third person, and then heard about from Akechi in first person for Joker. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, interesting battlefield, and she is a boss. Makes sense. I would think she would be like the main villain, obviously, by the fact that it brought her up at the very beginning. So let's see her, Guernica. 500 HP, 35 gun damage. Get Lost, apparently, is one of her abilities. Deals damage to a surrounding area, knocks back targets. King's Art, deals damage to a surrounding area. Doesn't show exactly how big that area is. Rolling Burner, paints squares when moving. Oh, okay. So when she moves, she drops turf. That's an interesting ability. I like it. Warps unknown artist warps away from target when recovering from being downed. So she'll always teleport away from you when she's downed. Got it. Okay. While we get the chance, let's definitely grab a save. Stop the attack. We'll definitely try. Before we do that, though, we do have a persona to use, so let's definitely go and grab some real quick. What do we got? We got Warrior's Breath. HP, not bad. 20. I'm definitely saying we give one of, we definitely give Akechi this one. With the fact that he has almighty damage in a large area, I definitely say Invigorate on Akechi is good. Garu and Suku Kaja. Good question, honestly, on that one. I'm gonna say... who has more SP? That would be better to know for this one. Let's see. 23, 28. Okay, so Kasumi should have the other one, then, based on that. Still no no points for levels yet, interestingly enough. But we definitely probably should go Agi for her, and then we'll take the Kelpie for Joker. So, because of the 8 less on the SP, could be helpful, you never know. Guess we'll find out. But it doesn't look too bad. I think we're more than ready to deal with them. So, didn't mean to do that. Wanted to press the plus button to start the battle. But there we go. Okay, start battle and get right on in. Defeat Guernica.
You know I bet crushing you will give me some crazy good inspiration. Can't wait. Guernica? If I remember correctly, I believe that name is... you should focus on the battle right now, Akechi-san.
That's right.
You're right. I'll think about that later. Let's neutralize her as soon as possible, whoever she is.
Alright, let's go!
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go indeed.
Alright.
Okay, nothing, I was kind of curious about the paint on the walls here. Nothing important that I see. But definitely interesting, though, with the imagery on this wall here, from what I can see. I don't know what exactly that is, but it looks interesting to me. But yeah, it looks like nothing, there might be Easter eggs on the walls if we were to actually genuinely check, though. But I doubt any of it's going to actually be important. But definitely worth a check to look. Let's see here. We got a Ravager down there. We have some Legionnaires from below to the left, and then to the right over there. And then obviously Guernica over here. Okay. Seems interesting enough. Let's see here. We have 2 areas we can drop down from. If we were to drop down here, we could go for a Megiddo here and put her straight into a area where she'll be attacked from. Could be an interesting start, although it puts Akechi in a weird area. So maybe not this zone. So maybe we should go back up like so, and make our way this way. And then we could drop ourselves over here, which will move this guy. Could be interesting. Definitely could be interesting. Don't know if it's a good idea, though. But it could be an interesting idea of trying to at least deal with the Ravager early. So I guess we could try it. Yeah, we'll see what we can do there. Okay, not bad. Can he hit me as long as he's inside of that? That's one thing I'm curious about. Because I'm not really sure if that's going to be a problem or not. Okay, well, we can knock him down for sure for extra movement. But, is that what we want to do? Good question. Can't melee him, he's just out of range. So I don't think we worry about that one. But, if we were to do anything here, we would want to do it from the furthest range possible, I would think. So I think we definitely try it. So knock you down. Use the extra movement to figure out a plan here. Okay. And if I were to attack you, couldn't really do much about it, but we might be able to at least have Joker help us here in some sort of way. Could just go for you like that, but I'm gonna say what we should do instead. Do we want to be up here or down here? I'm gonna say down here. Can we go for the barrel that's above us, though? We can. Okay, I think that's a good idea. Might as well, right? No reason not to. And then go as far as we possibly can. Maybe we can dizzy this one? Could be a good idea. We could try it. It's definitely worth a shot. What I'm trying to do right now is make a triangle the best way I can. Is basically what I'm trying to do. While also kind of dealing with our enemies here at the same time. Okay, she can't really get to that guy. Me. Okay. Well, because that's the problem, we could just go back here and then just burn these two, which is not a bad idea. Yeah, I like that. We can work with it. Akechi's in a weird spot, but I think he's fine for right now. Guernica, I don't think can hit him where he's standing, but the Ravager is going to be running at us here in a second. Oh no, she can. Ooh. Uh-oh. We're going to get punched twice by that Ravager. Sorry there, Akechi. It's going to be a double hit from one of those, and that's usually not a good thing for any type of one of those enemies. Okay, we took a little bit of damage there, but it might be fine. Okay, for some Sumire or Kasumi here, we can make our way forward. Could start dealing with you. Might be a good idea. But let's definitely look around at current areas of what we can do and see what we can do here. We can make our way up here and then maybe deal with some stuff here. Could be interesting. Not close enough for any kind of like EHA or anything like that. But let's see if we can maybe hit multiple. No, we can't. Okay. She can hit from further away, so maybe it might be better for her to be in that spot then. Might be better to maybe just go for a swing on the barrel then, for the time being. Then we can use this to our advantage to try and get further in, which might be a good idea. You never know. Okay, we can go over here. We might be able to get a triple threat going here. Yeah, we can. Okay, could be good. This guy's technically in it, although Guernica isn't. Okay, might not be a good idea then. But this guy is down right now, but not in a way that I can use it to my benefit whatsoever, unfortunately. But maybe what I can do is something along the lines of like here-ish. Wish I could get directly behind this guy. He's just out of range, unfortunately. Maybe we can work with this, depending on how we do it. We do have Megiddo up. Oh, it's just off too, unfortunately. Okay, with that being said, we could... Oh, we can move him. Could work. Let's try it. Okay, let's move you out a little bit. It might be just enough to work with. And then maybe what we can do from there is figure out how to actually genuinely deal with that guy. Is there any real way to really get an angle on him, though? From our current position? Not really. But maybe from, like, here-ish. Actually, it doesn't look like it. Ew. Don't like that. Well, I can at least knock him out. Let's go with that instead. I'd rather that guy down in a way that it doesn't affect us too heavily. Okay, Guernica can kind of see us from here, but maybe we can make use of this. Or I could just go for her instead. And then drop her into the paint. Could be a good idea. But there's no way to really deal with the person behind us at the current moment. Just based on the current angle of everything. So we definitely don't want to try that. Could go burn. Could be interesting. And I don't think he has many spots he can really hide. But it could work. Or just doing dizzy in general. I'm going to do dizzy. It pushes him in a weird spot, usually. From how we know how that works. And I don't think, oh, she's coming right for us. We get to find out what King's Art does. Ow. Oh, wow. That is a decent range on that, actually. Okay. Let's see. He's in a weird spot. Don't like that. But, let's see here. Is there any way I can get Akechi closer to everybody? Not at the moment, but that doesn't mean that we can't do anything. I can drop a Megiddo back here, but I can just move closer. For the time being. Ooh, actually that might be a good idea, actually. Okay, yeah, that might be what we do then. We can drop a Megiddo here. That'll at least open up that area, because we can't really do much right now. And now that we are here, we can actually hit her, which is good. Okay, cool. That works out. And then we also have Phantom Judge too, we can also take advantage of. We don't want to waste the knockdown there. I think we definitely use that then. Let's grab the Phantom Judge, get Guernica in a spot that actually puts her into a area where we can actually deal with her in some shape or form. And maybe, just maybe, set up a nice little triangle for her, which could definitely be good here. But first things first, though, before we do that, let's get you set up real quick. Get you out of the way. Okay. And then get Joker kind of like further into the back area here. Just in case, you never know. We don't want it to be in a weird spot. If we can help it. But there we go. Get a little bit more damage into Guernica, or at least the first bit of it. And then go from there. And get into a place where we can still go for a swing or two. I think we just try and go for it. I think she's going to be resistant to, like, statuses, I would think. And then she teleported. Okay, interesting. And we got completely blocked from that. Oh, thanks for moving there, actually. That actually helped out greatly. Okay, well, you're in a very bad spot for yourself right now, I'm going to be completely honest here. And also, it might be better if Akechi does the actual hit here. So, Akechi, you're going to move back slightly, buddy. And then, apparently you can't hit her from here, but you can hit her from there. So let's definitely go for it from there. And then good old Joker can definitely set up another round of it. I'm going to say about here-ish, but I'm going to go with the Iha instead, actually, because it might do a little bit more damage. Just to try it. Just to see what we can get out of the way. Okay, cool. Oh, battle's over. Looks like we're not going for a knockout, we're just going to try and do a little bit of damage to her, and hopefully it'll be enough to deal with her for the time being, it looks like. Okay, cool. We did pretty good, I think, for our very first boss fight in this area. But we got an Oni, a Yaksini, and a Shiki OG for free. Cool. I'll take it. Not too bad, not too bad. Always like me getting some, you know, some free things to use for later. Never bad to have. Especially with us not knowing what's going on with, like, personas and Velvet Room stuff in this, like, zone. Interesting, though, that our allies can use the personas without the idea of the gears.
So hard on yourselves. Just bleed out for me already.
How about no?
Why would we do that? We're trying not to get killed here.
Which, yeah, why would we want to get smacked around and, knocked off? Yeah, that's a very, very good thing to say.
Chill. You know how this place is some kind of weird-ass world?
Yeah.
We could splatter our guts all over this place. Just snap your fingers and everything's back the way it was.
Huh? Is that really true?
I would doubt that.
Sounds like rubbish to me. Perhaps you'd like to prove it on yourself first?
That would definitely prove it.
Huh? Seriously? You jerk! You were trying to trick us!
Yeah, she was just trying to get us to try it out and then get ourselves blasted into next week. Yeah, no. Definitely not trying it for sure, though.
Ugh, you're no fun. Jerry, take out this trash for me.
I don't see how your parrot's gonna do anything here, but you could definitely try there, Mr. Parrot.
Always foisting the tough work onto me. What am I to do with you?
Or Mrs. Parrot, as I should say.
Now, my dearies, finish them off.
Dearies. Guessing that's the shadows is what they're called here. Yep.
Senpai, Akechi-san, there are too many of them.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of them.
Come on, put up a good fight for me. I want to see a solid show before you go out with a bang.
How about no? I think we run for our lives right now, for the time being, at this point.
Well, we're not going down so easily. Admittedly, we're in a rough spot.
Yeah, we really are.
They clearly have the advantage. What do we do?
Good question, Akechi. Well, let's see here. Time to make a path. We need a strategic retreat, or we're mowing them all down. Well, yeah, probably best to just make a retreat for now. Let's definitely try and make a strategic retreat.
That'd be the wisest. We have no reason to take them on.
Yeah, not right now. Especially with the fact that we know that Jerry can spawn in more.
It looks like their numbers are weaker over there. Maybe we can break through.
Or at least try.
You idiots. There's no escaping our forces.
You say that, but you don't know that for sure.
What?
You said what, and then all of a sudden a sigil appeared underneath us. Oh. Well, that works.
What? Where did this hole come from?
Had to go into our Toon Force energy to spawn in a hole like that.
Come on. Not again.
Not again. Interesting. Okay, well, whatever that was, it helped us out greatly. Oh.
Huh? Where am I?
Good question. Not really sure where we are, actually.
Oh, right! Senpai! Akechi-san!
We're both over here.
Okay, it looks like we're good, wherever we went.
Looks like we were taken for another ride. On the bright side, we're not about to be killed anymore.
True. Also, it looks like we're in a sewer, so I don't know if we're in a much better situation or not, honestly, based on my, my times with sewers in video games has never been a good thing. Let's be honest here, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, yeah, those were some fun times. Those frogs and those giant viruses in Resident Evil 2, well, Resident Evil 3 for the frogs, and then Resident Evil 2 for the giant virus, mutation, pustule-looking things were definitely, terrifying experiences. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be the same way this time round for this game, but me and sewers have never been a good thing in any game so far.
Where do you think we are? It's so dark in here.
Good question.
Looks like none of you were hurt. Some real lucky kids.
Real lucky kids, you say? Hello? Oh. Hi.
A mouse girl? No, a girl dressed like a mascot? Oh, so cute.
Well, hello there, friend.
And you are?
Yeah, good question. Who are you?
We'll get to that. How about a thank you first, considering I just saved your tails.
Fair enough. But, hello there, little mousecotte.
Does that mean the hole we fell in, that was you?
Apparently, which is really helpful, honestly, because of the fact is, Guernica was definitely gonna, bash us into next week, for sure, if we didn't get out of there.
Sorry you got dumped here. I didn't have time to be choosy.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'll definitely agree to that one.
Well, as long as you're fine.
Yeah, thanks. Nonetheless, just thank you.
I ought to ask, just who are you guys? How do you not know this place yet?
Well, we were asked to come here, and I'm guessing that wasn't you, apparently. But more of one of the other shadows here. But, yeah, we came here to help, apparently.
The streets are Guernica's territory. Nobody winds up here on accident.
Okay.
Not only that, you were able to square up with Guernica. I've never seen anyone else pull that off.
So you're kind of like the Erina of this world, aren't you? Based on how you're acting. Although I don't think you're in the same, like, idea of what Erina was, though. By any means. Because Erina was definitely, like, a playable character, and I don't think we're going to make you a playable character, just because of the fact that it was pretty solid on it, specifically saying there's only going to be 3 playable characters for this chapter, but maybe they make a 4th playable character, so, like with Toshiro, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
It sounds as if you've been watching us for some time now.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
I sure have.
Yeah, so definitely like Erina, keeping an eye on the surrounding area. Well, I never even noticed. Sneaky one, aren't you? You're definitely pretty sneaky, aren't you?
Until today, I was Guernica's only real opponent. No one else has tried stopping her.
Yeah, definitely in the same vein of Erina, then. Interesting.
So you've gotta be pretty sneaky to survive in the streets.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree.
So you're all alone here?
Apparently so.
Yeah. Not for lack of trying to save them.
Huh.
But things are different now. You 3 can actually fight.
Or at least try.
Except, I don't know whose side you're on. So don't make me regret saving you.
Fair enough.
Understood. Well, at the very least, we're not your enemy.
Yeah, we're definitely not your enemy.
That's right.
We're far from your enemy here, for sure.
Although, I guess we have no way to prove that.
Yeah, we kinda don't, do we?
Nah, I was just messing with you.
Oh, okay, it was just a gag. It was, like, basically what Erina was saying, like getting in on our skin for a second, just being like, make me not regret, you know, saving you as the rebel leader. It's kind of funny, though. It's a small little nod to Erina, but obviously slightly different circumstances, obviously.
I saw you standing up to Guernica. That was proof enough.
Well, good to hear.
We may not have all the details, but I think I get the gist.
Yeah, I definitely get the gist as well.
If you wouldn't mind, I have some questions of my own now.
Questions to say? What do you got, Akechi?
First off, I'd like you to tell us all you know about this world.
Yeah, what do you know about this place?
Am I right that Guernica is somehow involved in its existence?
That would make sense.
Yes, you are. The streets belong to Guernica. They were born from her heart.
They were born from her heart. Okay, so that's an interesting thing for this one to say. Okay, because Erina had no idea that she was inside somebody's heart. So we're somehow in Guernica's heart, basically, is what that just said. Huh, that's interesting.
Seriously now, who are you guys? You're not just on the ball. You know too much.
Well, this is kind of what we do.
You talk like you're already used to places like this.
Yeah, that's one way of saying it.
Well, we
might as well just be honest here at this point. Well, don't let it get to you. We're sort of experts on this. It's a really long story. Well, we're kind of experts on this.
Yeah, we're used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, we kind of just get dragged into these situations every sort of way, shape, or form.
Used to this? By any chance?
By any chance, what?
Are you the Phantom Thieves of Hearts?
Yeah.
How the heck did she know?
Well, if we are inside somebody's heart, then I guess they would know about them, I would guess.
Oh, good. My voice really did reach outside. I was worried this place
place was doomed.
Oh, so you were the one asking for help. Huh. Okay, well that's good that we're here then.
Your voice? Please come with me. There's something you need to see.
Okay, we'll follow you then.
Hold on. I still have quite a few questions.
Come on, Akechi, let her show us what we need to know first before you ask any more questions.
That's why I want you to see this. I think it would help explain things better.
Probably. You never know.
Got it. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, let's definitely get a better look at the situation here. From what she needs to show us. And it might be just enough, you never know. Oh, cool. So we're not going directly in there. It did give us a nice little reprieve, which is good because it is definitely near the end of the episode. Plus it does say next battle, so good thing it definitely gave us that. Any new memos, just in case, you never know. Definitely worth a check. Interesting that memos is on this page, by the way. Normally, this would be the hideout menu, and then you have your prep menu. So we have prep. So there might not be a velvet room in this area. That makes more sense about the personas, but the idea that they can hold them, I'm still not really sure. I guess this part's just not canon, it's just to help you out, maybe? Probably. That's probably what it is. But still, though, pretty cool that we still can put personas on them to have at least the ability to use other skills and stuff like that. Other than that, did we ever get any more, Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. We could start actually messing around with our skill points here soon. That's going to be helpful. Just because of the fact that there's quite a lot of skills there, and I would like to start getting into, like, actually figuring out what we actually want to bring. Because I definitely will say, there's going to be some stuff we're definitely going to want. Like SP regeneration, maybe even some health from doing triple threats. Maybe even the follow-ups could always be helpful. Stop and go, godlike speed for an extra movement. Obviously Hawkeye might be helpful. Like I said, with the knockback distance, that might be good as well. Gun damage for Joker might be helpful. HP for Akechi, since he's going to be in every single map. And obviously the SP for Sumire or Kasumi on every single map would also be good. There's quite a lot of things here. We're definitely going to have to look around and figure that over the course of our adventure for sure. I'm going to do the first one off of episode, and then, show you what we ended up adding in between episodes in the next one. And then when we do get more, and if it's during an episode, we'll go through it and actually look at it together. Well, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in the next episode. And we'll hopefully be figuring out more of what's actually going on with Guernica here, and slowly but surely piecing together what's really going on inside of her heart, now that we know we are inside of her heart. So, with that being said, thank you for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.